Warning, this video contains team selection and captain choices which some viewers may find offensive.
Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV. With yet another game week just 2 days away, let's very quickly review how my team performed in game week 28, before then discussing my potential transfers and team lineup for game week 29. On Tuesday, my team made a dreadful start, with Leicester's Harvey Barnes getting man of the match against Brighton, but still failing to return any FPL points. Both of my Wolves players also disappointed, with Doherty and Jimenez blanking in what looked to be a nice fixture against bottom of the league Huddersfield. My dreadful game week then seemed to continue on Wednesday, with an array of blanks right through my squad. Keeping Sane ended up being a disaster, Heung-min Son made it 2 consecutive blanks, and my captain Mo Salah failed to return anything despite his side putting 5 past Watford. With just 10 minutes of the game week to go though, my fortunes changed, with Virgil van Dijk bagging a rare brace in the space of 3 minutes. Lovely stuff. His teammate Alexander-Arnold then rewarded those that stuck by the defender, as he racked up 3 assists in a top performance from the youngster. The Liverpool pair delivered a whopping 38 points between them and single-handedly saved my game week. And finally for my side, as suggested in my previous video, I ended up replacing Marcus Rashford, who I feared could miss out through injury in that game against Palace. In the end, I opted to bring in Chelsea's Higuain over Jamie Vardy, who unfortunately didn't deliver against Spurs. The Argentine does face Fulham next though, a nice fixture on paper, and he plays both blank game weeks 31 and 33. So this was a move that supports my plan to manoeuvre through these blank game weeks using my free transfers. So, thanks to Liverpool's defence, a score of 62 for game week 28, 9 points above the average score. It's given me a total score of 1,711 and also provided me with a small rank boost of about 5,000 places, so I'm now up to 27k. With that out of the way, let's move on now to game week 29 and discuss my potential transfers and team lineup for this upcoming weekend. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on the video and most importantly, get subscribed to FPL TV to help support the channel. With Leroy Sane delivering a woeful 1 point at home to West Ham, where he was subbed after 56 minutes, my patience is certainly wearing thin with him. My dilemma surrounding Sane is if I am to transfer him out, it'll leave me with no Man City players, and that's definitely a concern for the next 2 game weeks. With blank game week 31 soon approaching, and with me trying to build a squad ready for that, using my 1 free transfer this week to get Eden Hazard is an option. Sane to Hazard is a move I've got enough money to make, and it helps me plan well for that game week 31. Granted, Hazard may not be in great form, but Chelsea do face Fulham next, a side who have conceded 63 goals this season and only have 2 clean sheets to their name. So that's basically option 1. However, with Raheem Sterling starting on the bench against West Ham and Riyad Mahrez failing to impress, we can now pretty much guarantee that he'll be starting this next fixture against Bournemouth. And if you've been watching my videos lately, he's a player I've wanted to get for a while. The difficulty with getting Sterling for Sane is I don't have enough cash in the bank to make that straight swap. Therefore, I'll need to make a second transfer somewhere else and ultimately spend 4 points just to make this sideways move. Taking this 4-point hit wouldn't be so bad if Man City didn't have that blank fixture in game week 31. But with me trying to put together a strong squad to get through these blank game weeks, getting Sterling now could be too late for me, especially if I have to use more transfers just to get him back out again in 2 game weeks' time. The third option, of course, is to simply do nothing this week, keep Sane and roll the transfer, and this is how my team would look having not made any moves yet. But be sure as always to come and check the FPL TV Twitter, where I'll post any transfer updates and my final team selection shortly before the game week deadline. Aside from not owning the likes of Aguero or Sterling, on paper, a fairly strong looking squad this week I think. Refreshingly, it's another easy bench selection this week, with Luca Digne very unlikely to get a clean sheet against the Reds. My budget option Oumar Niasse has yet to score for Cardiff, and they're way off the pace currently anyway, whilst Wan-Bissaka of Palace appears to still be out injured for the time being. As for the captaincy this week, I'm not sure I can trust Mo Salah on current form, so even though he could do well in the Merseyside derby, it's still 4 blanks in 5 for the Egyptian, and with Pogba facing Southampton at home, I'm leaning more towards the Frenchman as things stand. A strong positive with captaining Pogba this week is that he's suspended for the big Champions League fixture against PSG a few days later. So whilst there may be some rotation for United players in general, you'd think that Pogba looks safe to play the majority of this game. This fact alone makes him a very appealing option in my opinion. If I do end up getting in Raheem Sterling against Bournemouth, then he too would have to be in contention for the armband, but I'm yet to decide on that transfer. So that's how my team currently lines up for Game Week 29. As mentioned, come and find FPL TV on Twitter if you're keen to see the final lineup shortly before Saturday's deadline. If you enjoyed the video, please support the channel by dropping a like and getting subscribed. Good luck to all of you for Game Week 29, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all very soon.